Hey there everybody, Steve Dawson here, and welcome to my Hawaiian Deep Dive number 3. And this week I'm going to be playing a song by the Jimi Hendrix of Hawaiian steel guitar, Sol Hoopii. Yes, and well, let me just clarify that. He did not write this song. This is actually a song by Irving Berlin. And it was recorded by a lot of people back in the day. And there's a very interesting thing that happens in Hawaiian music. And I think this song, for me, is where things take a huge left turn. For the better. What happens is, sometime in the 1920s, around 1927, there was a big expo, much like happened in my hometown in 1986. But in San Francisco in 1927, there was a big expo, and Sol came over from Hawaii to San Francisco, is where I believe it was, and a lot of things happened there. He hooked up with the National Guitar Company and was basically like one of the early musical endorsers back in the 1920s at the NAMM show, which is so crazy because that's a thing that still happens to this day. And he was so great that the National Guitar Company wanted him to represent them, and he did. He became a bit of a movie star and personality and hung out on film sets and played these big, wild Hollywood parties that I would love to be a fly on the wall at. And he was the one that really brought not only Hawaiian music to the mainland of the United States, but brought the jazz of the day, so we're talking late 1920s, early 1930s. So essentially tunes from the Dixieland repertoire and also the New Orleans jazz repertoire, Louis Armstrong and stuff like that. And this is a recording, I don't even know exactly what year this is. You see my history is a little spotty, but it's probably 1929, 1930, 1931 in there somewhere. And in this song is the first time that you hear the jazz chord changes that became kind of a hallmark of his playing and also a hallmark of a lot of Hawaiian music after that. Let me show you a couple little quick things. So up until that point, most of the recorded repertoire in Hawaiian music had been traditional Hawaiian songs, hulas and marches and things like that. And then all of a sudden, all these Tin Pan Alley jazz tunes come into play. So for me, why this song is really interesting is because it's the first time we hear all these wild chord changes. So this song is in the key of C. I'm tuned to a G chord in this version, and Sol is probably tuned to an A chord. And I just tuned it down because I like how this guitar sounds better tuned to G. It's in the key of C, and there's a whole lot of G chord and a whole lot of C chord. But then this whole other section comes in where you hear a 4 chord, 4 minor, 1, down to the 6, that's the A7, D, the 2, G, the 5, back to the 1. So that's something that I just don't hear in Hawaiian music right up until that point. And I'm not sure, again, if this is exactly the first recording that does that. But all these chord changes happen that for me, as a bit of a collector and as a music fan, I hear them for the first time in Hawaiian music. So as I play this song for you, just watch for the B section, which is where all those changes happen. Enjoy.